Whopper. The time is now.
Hello. Welcome to NUFC Talk TV. Live again Wednesday afternoon in the UK, morning in the US. Welcome. Early morning, 6 a.m. in the US Central Time. Welcome. Smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you are on YouTube. And comment below. Let us know what you think in the comment section down below. We got a lot to talk about this afternoon, and a lot of things going on with Newcastle United. International break is done. We're heading into what is going to be a really tough season. Champions League ahead of us. We got everything ahead of us, ladies and gents. How will we line up? Huge September for Newcastle United. A lot of thoughts about Champions League fixtures. But Saturday is massive, a massive game against Wolves. Not yet landed a win this season, we'll start with we'll start Valdemare. What will Eddie Howe do? Well, we obviously have to hear from him from the horse's mouth on Friday, live here on NUFC Talk. You'll be able to enjoy the presser, so stay tuned from 9:10 UK. Join us for that one. But for now, we got news to talk about every 90 minutes. Someone in the UK takes their own life. In the U.S. as well. Newcastle United in the Premier League are working with Samaritans to provide support for fans that need it most. You can support them, support us, let us support you. Together Against Suicide. So go on to the Premier League website, go on to Newcastle United's page and find more support if you are struggling. Don't struggle alone. Talk to your friend, talk to your buddy. Mighty Wayne talks to me every day. He needs a friend, I'll be there, man. I'll give him a bulletin every now and then, but it's all right.
I'll stop Chris from committing suicide. Don't worry about it.
Listen, we give each other bulletins, but we'll put him straight. We put Mighty Wayne straight. We gave him alive. Now he's famous.
Get a pull in the thing right now. You like your pulls. Get your pull in the thing. Who likes this in music? Keep on going after the.
I love the music. Leave it alone.
It's bollocks.
No, it isn't.
Yes or no in the chat. Yes or no.
We love the music, but we love you to calm down, man. With your teacher shirt on, calm down. Joey Barton. Joey Barton spoke about Alexander Isak. He said, "What an absolute." He came out. Joey Barton is not scared to speak.
No music.
Joey Barton is certainly not somebody to hold back. So there we go. Re-signing Anderson, would that be difficult? We're going to talk about that. But are fans hypocrites about that, by the way? Are Newcastle United fans hypocrites? Well, we're going to talk about that, of course. This will be the largest sporting sponsorship of all time. Man, Stephen Barton reveals how much Manchester City could make from their Etihad sponsorship after settling APT dispute with the Premier League. 1.75 billion. My goodness. I guess according to everybody else, we can't do that because we're not worth it. We'll have to see. Amanda Staveley reacts to a letter from Newcastle fans, so we're going to get to that as well. In Newcastle, last but not least, we got this piece of news right before we started. Newcastle versus Barcelona tickets sent to High School of Dundee. 45 tickets sent to them, I would assume for free. Is that okay? Is that all right? A lot of members in the ballot to try to get tickets, and 45 have been sent to a secondary school. So we'll have to talk about it, of course. So welcome to the channel, folks. Don't forget to smash the like button if you are listening on the website as well. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. And let us know in the comment section if you're on YouTube what you think. I love the music section, right? Well, of course, but we're trying to give you a radio feel. Mighty Wayne has zero clue of how this works. Zero clue.
One, I love the music that you read out.
Yeah, well, that's the last one I read. But either way, we're going to do what we do. We're going to give you a professional feel here on NUFC Talk. So, unlike, well, Mighty Wayne's a damn dinosaur, you know. They didn't even have radio back in the day. So it is what it is. Anyways, folks. Anyways. All right. Let us know if your audio is good as well. Let us know if that's okay. Interesting. First of all, I guess how you doing, Mighty Wayne? You look like you've been like you're done teaching art at a Dundee high school. So are you? Why do you have to? First of all, why do you have to dress like that to go to a meeting? Just like just casual, man. Why do you have to dress up?
Because we have standards.
No, man. I've seen people in Newcastle. They don't dress like you.
Big difference between the English and the American.
No. I've seen people in Newcastle. They don't dress up like you. To go to the pub, you put a suit on. What's wrong with you, man?
No, I always have a shirt and trousers on. No jeans. I don't possess a pair of jeans.
No jeans. Oh yeah, you do wear your creased teacher pants on. Yeah. I agree with that. Yeah.
Standards, my boy. Standards.
Ain't no standards, man. You are truly.
We are knackered.
There we go.
Prove that we're wangers.
Anyways.
Oh, David
folks,
Cook. We've got this on the agenda, David. Don't worry
there we
about
go.
that.
Yeah, well, we do. We brought it up on as we were talking. Dundee High School is a private school near me. Yet I was stuck in a queue of 120,000 for bars to ticket. We're going to talk about that, as I said later on. That came in, just out of nowhere. And that is a very good topic of discussion. We got a long show ahead of us, folks. Smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you are on YouTube. Smash the like button.
Darren Casa, sorry.
Thank you very much, Darren.
Before with
thank you.
149 Australian dollars. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much with the super sticker there. Thank you very much, Darren. All right, folks. Let's talk about actually Anderson. Our Newcastle United fans hypocrites, because the amount of talk about Anderson, and rightly so, to be proud of a Geordie. I wish we would have been proud of Michael Carrick when he was a renowned player, a midfielder in England, famous. He was playing for Man United at the time, one of the best teams in the world.
Start an argument, won't you?
No. But I will tell you why I think Newcastle United can be hypocrites and are being hypocrites, especially on social media. And I will tell you why. But I didn't see this amount of love. First of all, just pointing something out when Michael Carrick. I didn't even know he was a Geordie. If I was a Geordie from Newcastle, not Newcastle fans overall, because obviously they're from all over the place. But if I was a Geordie, I'd be damn proud of Michael Carrick, of what he's done in his career. Not a mention of him. But Anderson, we are on X, on Facebook, on Instagram, talking about bring him home. He'll be home. There's no negotiations. He'll be back to his boyhood club. He'll love to return to us one day. Get used to it, Forest fans, to the idea. We are being hypocrites. We are doing exactly what Newcastle fans whinge and cry about every time somebody sniffs at our players. We're doing exactly that. And you can't deny it, and you can't have it both ways. You remember we had a private conversation. We had a private conversation. No. You don't see the correlation. If somebody right now, for the longest time, Arsenal were linked to Isak. For the longest time. And Newcastle fans were in despair about the thought of Arsenal fans talking about it.
Deluded Newcastle fans who thought we were as big as Arsenal were. I wasn't. I said.
What are you talking about?
I've always been in your camp. I think if the bigger clubs are wanting our players, that means we're doing something right. But it took us then to hold on to them. Absolutely.
Yeah, but why are we going on the big, small camp? That's not the part of the conversation right now. And
I don't think the Newcastle Forest thing has anything to do with us saying we're a bigger club than Forest. Although I do believe we are.
Whoa, I know that, but that's not the conversation.
I just think it's the pull of home. We'll get him. His granddad was.
We'll get him. But if an Arsenal fan, forget the big, small. That's kind of irrelevant right now.
Everything has worked out perfectly for Anderson. If he'd stayed here, he would never have got
Perfect.
the game time and playing time that he got last season at Forest. He would never have developed here the way he has developed there. And I say,
Yeah, that's fine. Again,
absolutely good luck to the kid.
well,
Fantastic. Get on and
yeah,
do it for England now. And when
right,
Bruno hangs his boots up, we'll come and get you.
right. That's perfect, fine. That's not the conversation, though. Not the conversation. And I'm sorry, but it has nothing to do that he is from Newcastle and play for Newcastle. That means all of a sudden we are entitled to get him back. No, that doesn't mean that.
Well, we
That
should
doesn't
be.
mean that at all.
We should have a buyback clause in his contract. Because Eddie certainly
But
didn't want to sell him.
well, first of
it was
all,
PSR
there
that
isn't.
forced us to sell him.
First of all, there isn't. There isn't a buyback clause as far as I'm
No, I
concerned.
know there's not.
So there's no entitlement whatsoever. And, there shouldn't be. But that's what I'm saying. Because it has nothing to do with him being born in Newcastle or not. He is a Forest player, right? And I'm still on that camp that it is what it is. People, Forest fans, for example, should be, not be bothered that a bigger club wants to get their players. That means they've done a good decision. They did a good job. Just like I said the same thing with Isak at the time when Arsenal were sniffing all around Isak. But that's not what the majority of fans were feeling. The majority of fans were saying, entitled Arsenal fans, they think they can get him. They think it, and I don't think Isak would have joined Arsenal at all. You say they're big clubs, that's fine. I don't think that
if Arsenal had come
No.
with 125 million last summer, they would have got him.
I don't think so at all. I don't think, but that's just speculation. I don't think Arsenal moved the needle for many top players. Liverpool do. I think Liverpool is a different club and in different situation right now. So, but that's another conversation. But it's still hypocritical. It's hypocritical.
I think they're
You
trying
can-
to find someone that's not.
No, not at all. Not at all. Why can't we get upset that Man City or any club might want to get Bruno and sniffing around Bruno like they did before, and Forest can't get upset with us about us saying that he will be back whenever we want him to? How is it not the same thing?
Well,
Explain to me why.
Well, yeah, I don't get upset that Man City won Livermento for the sake
I
of
know
tournament.
that, but the vast majority of fans do believe that.
Well, who are you to speak for the vast majority?
I speak of what I see. Plain and simple.
Well,
If you get on every social media platform right now, it's all about Anderson.
told
I
you,
knew it. He should
so-
be. No.
social-
So.
Social
yeah, but-
media fans are completely different to the same as anything on social media. You get your massive personality on social media. Get your mano a mano and your little baby, little pussycat.
No, not at all. No, not at all.
Yeah,
not at
and
all.
that's the majority of fans on social media. They just gotta have something to say.
But see, you're just attacking fans for having their opinion, right? That's fine. You
No,
you don't
what I'm
believe in
saying
social
is
media,
that
but
the
social media
majority of
represents
fans
people.
Don't have the opinion that you say they have. The majority
can
of
only-
fans accept the fact that it was ever thus that in football, big clubs will go to smaller clubs and buy the
But why are you
best
talking
players.
about big? You're talking about big clubs, man. That's not the conversation, man. That's not the conversation right now. The conversation is fans being entitled, because we all do feel like that. We all feel like that, and I'm not saying that it's unnecessary. It's a bad thing. I'm saying it's a hypocritical thing because
Well, I disagree.
you can't be mad when other
Surprisingly.
teams. You can't get mad when other teams do it to you. That's my point. That's the moral of the story.
Well, I
It's
agree.
fine to feel that way. It's fine to feel like Anderson would, because I think it's the same thing. I feel the same way.
the
Arsenal
people
would Anderson would probably come back to Newcastle. He probably will do that. But I don't. But as much as I'm dishing it, I don't get upset when it comes to me, and that is what I'm saying. Yeah, that is what I'm
there's me
saying.
and you, so we've got 100% on social media.
No, we
don't feel the way that you say.
No, but they do. But they no, it's not what I'm saying. Listen to me. What people are commenting, Newcastle fans commenting with Anderson attached to it, it's all about he's coming home. He'll come home. He's coming. Nowhere. Bring him home. All of this. But if that were done to us for one of our players, we would be rioting outside of St. James's Park right now. And that is my issue. I don't see anything wrong with it. as far as people wanting our players or us
don't
wanting
think we
Anderson.
Would be riding outside
Yeah, but it would be, man. Yeah, man. You
Did
you
you
tend to
have
forget,
you
but
seen any writing about Isak?
yeah. Well, you know what I mean, and you know
No,
I'm right.
that's the point.
Fans
I don't know
do
what you,
get upset
I
all
know
the
what
time.
you think you mean, but it's
No,
not true.
I know. Okay, well, there you go. Tony T. Fans speak with emotion. Emotions change after win or so. Well, there you go. But the fact of the matter is, don't be hypocrites. That's what I'm saying, man. If somebody's rumored to take Tonali away, don't call him a bellend. Don't call him entitled Chelsea fans. It's
If,
irrelevant.
for example,
Everybody.
Milan were to come back in for Tonali, and Tonali decided to go back to Milan, which is his boyhood club, having made his name with us, that's just football, kid.
Yeah,
And
I don't have an issue with it.
I'd be very sad to see it go as long as we
No.
get the money. And
Yeah,
obviously
that's fine.
Forrest would be well rewarded
Again,
for it.
I don't have an issue with it, but I do have an issue with fans being hypocrites. That's my issue. That is my issue. Plain and simple. Now, another player that somebody else that played for Newcastle United, Joey Barton, came out and he holds nothing back. He has spoken. He's spoken about
What's he been saying now?
He's been spoken about Alexander Isak. He said, "What an absolute bet." If Alexander had done his cruciate ligament, Newcastle would have paid his wages to the penny for the length of his contract. So, if that loyalty is there for the football club, where's the loyalty of the player? If Isak gets injured, he still gets paid the same. So I think the fact that he's gone and broken that contract and everyone's celebrating it, I think two things have happened here. You've shown anyone from an investment standpoint that contracts aren't worth a carry. And secondly, it says a carry here. So, and secondly, to the people celebrating, and secondly, to the people celebrating him and patting him on the back, I think he should be universally hounded at every ground he goes for his behavior. Isak should be booed at every ground he goes to. He's behaved like a, and I think we have to be careful of the ramifications of the way Isak's behaved. They are mercenaries. It's turned into a Wild West, and I think Liverpool have been a huge contributing factor in that. Man, he keeps on going. I think that we've just gone. We finished reading.
I'll tell you what, with regard to his little bit there about if he'd got a cruciate injury, the club would have to pay his wages. Here's the thing. Do you not think it's about time, with the amount of money that players are getting paid, that they themselves should have to pay for an insurance policy to cover their wages in the event that they are injured, and that the clubs shouldn't have to pay them? Because in any other walk of life, it wouldn't happen. Not for long, anyway. You know, you get your statutory, whatever it is, couple of weeks sick pay or whatever. But I do think with the amount of wages that players are getting now, they should be responsible for a personal insurance scheme whereby if they get injured, they pay. Now, here's the thing. If they did that, it'd be like motor insurance. Right? Do you have I assume you have no claims bonuses in America, do you? Where if you've got a car insurance and you never claim on it for, you know, you don't have an accident, so you never claim on your insurance for 5 or 6 years, that gradually your insurance premium goes down and down and down and down. So you get cheap insurance. Whereas if you're forever claiming, your insurance premium goes up.
Okay, well, let's come away from the silly things, man. Now we're just going to start charging players higher or lower, or paying them less or because they get injured all the time.
No. What it means is, though, that if players do get injured, so they're unavailable for the club to use, doing what they're paid to do, play football, that the club shouldn't be paying the wages. That they get paid sufficiently to take private insurance, private health insurance, to cover their own injuries. I just think it makes sense. Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, but what does have to do with somebody acting like a villain? Anyway, turn your mic up a little bit on the very left side. Slide it up a little bit. All right, so he continues saying, I think what we've just seen in the Isak saga, the situation there where we've had a player who signed a long-term contract. He had 3 years left on his contract. He didn't have anything in the contract to break it. I know Isak has come out and said there were promises made and stuff like that. But as we all know, we've been in that world. And if it isn't written in black and white in your contract, then the likelihood is you're not going to get it. It is a ruthless business from that regard, and that works both sides of the aisle. If you're a player, you sign a 5-year deal, and then you get an injury that is very, very serious, that maybe damages your career, you will be compensated for that. We've got players now who are just negating that and saying, I've got a contract and it's not worth the paper it's written on, because if I decide I want to go, then I'm just going, because to cause absolute chaos, you gotta cause absolute chaos to get out. I can't say that I haven't done that myself before. You can engineer the move as a player, but I think there's got to be some kind of gray area where club and players agree. If you got 3 years left, if you're happy to sign a 6-year deal and the security that brings, then unfortunately, when you decide you want to go, you can't refuse to play and absolutely cause havoc and spoil the energy in your club and in your dressing room. I don't think that's the right thing to do, and I don't think we should be rewarding that, said Joey Barton, who has never held back, of course. So, former Newcastle United player, came out of somebody saying he's an Everton fan. Well, he was, I don't know that, but he's from Merseyside, and he came through both academies, either Everton and Liverpool, and then went to Man City. So I'm not sure if he's. I guess by saying this, he might be an Everton fan. I don't know. But that's by the by. That doesn't matter. It still shouldn't do that. We've talked about it already.
He's stating what a lot of people have said already, but I just drop Isak for me. No, I've had enough.
Listen, yeah, that's fine. We got to cover the stories though that come out. So Joey Barton just came out and said this. So it is what it is. People are gonna have to use to it. We cover Newcastle United stories here, and that's one of the stories. Simple as that. So now the contract situation. I don't. Maybe the Premier League needs to be involved. Maybe, but it's now is in favor of Liverpool, so maybe they will not be too bothered by it. But
I'm still amazed that Newcastle United have not taken legal action against Liverpool for tapping up. Because there's got to be a paper trail.
Well, it's not going to happen though. I don't see it.
The only thing is that it could be part of the small print in the Isak deal that'll be the end of it.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. All right, let's listen to and react to Mrs. Amanda Staveley, who's reacted to a letter sent by Newcastle United fans.
In that regard, Newcastle United risks losing a vital connection with its soul, the loyal, passionate and ever-present black and white army. It's time for the club to rediscover its voice, to reconnect with the fans and to bring back some of that much-needed warmth that Amanda Staveley so brilliantly provided. That was from a Newcastle fan page just this week. How do you feel when I say that?
That's really hard. God, sorry. That is really hard because that is really lovely. And that's why I went into Newcastle, because the fans are just so incredible. And they really are. And so leaving was the hardest thing I've ever done. And it took a long time to understand you have to do what's right for the club. And PIF is going to be an incredible partner for Newcastle and the Rubens. So leaving it in very safe hands. There's just so many good people with great hearts who put so much into that club and into the community and into everything about it. So it was, for me, a privilege. Every day I will go to work thinking, God, I am so lucky to do this job.
All right, there you go. You can find more on the High Performance app. And so there you go. When you didn't cry, that's good. You were trying. You were
Getting
trying
there.
to though. You're getting the fucking hell, man. It's just people cry over this stuff. It's unbelievable. She did cry though, but I mean, it's a letter sent to her, so I guess she has the option to cry. But people already Jordy Dan expecting you.
I did think there was a bit crocodile tears there, to be fair.
So she has crocodile tears on a letter sent by Newcastle fans to her. But your tears are not crocodile tears. Get out of here.
No, I thought
man.
I just
You're
thought
a
it was,
twat.
I thought it was a bit
Proves that I want
over
this.
the top. You know, that was all. First time I've seen that. I still haven't watched that full podcast. And by the way, High Performance is a brilliant, brilliant show. Regardless of who they do people from all over, every walk of life, and they're really good.
There are zero possibilities of Amanda Staley ever coming back to
No,
Newcastle.
no
I think
chance.
so. But although I called upon her to save the transfer window, so thank goodness we were able to manage it to steady the ship. The jury's still out on how it's going to go, though. We'll have to see what happens over the weekend, especially with maybe Valdemar or Isak. One of the two has to play. Isak injury, we do not have an update on that, although I read something about 3 weeks. But that could be just a lie and not really much of anything. So, all right, let's talk about. We'll keep you updated on that.
Just
as we
incidentally,
get
heavy metal footage. Newcastle tapped up Gordon for sure. Happens all the time. Load of absolute bollocks. Everton wanted rid of, and so did the fans, by the way, want rid of Gordon. They hounded him out of the training ground.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about the tickets. That is actually a very good topic. High School of Dundee, in Dundee, St. James's Park, and Newcastle United versus Barcelona Champions League game. We are delighted, they say, to have been offered an incredible experience of attending Newcastle versus Barcelona in the Champions League. The draw was made on Friday and fixture dates released on Saturday. This means that this trip has a very short turnaround. We are proposing a trip for all pupils in Form 1, Form 6. As normal, we have our maximum of 45 places available. This is an overnight trip leaving Thursday, 18th September and returning 19th of September. The match is scheduled for 8 p.m. on Thursday, 18th September 25, says the bulletin here. But it's causing a bit of a conversation amongst you Newcastle United fans because why do they get to have 45 tickets?
They get 45
there's a ballot,
tickets.
and there's
this
a
is
ballot.
at a school. This is at a school that costs 20 grand a year, £20,000 a year to attend, and they're getting 45 face value tickets.
But
from
here's
the club.
I'm going to be a devil's advocate here. What if they bought him? What tells us that they were given to him? I mean, that's one thing. Now, even if they were bought, how
We
did they
are
get
delighted
the
to.
priority?
This is their letter, their own High School of Dundee letterheading. We are delighted to have been offered an incredible experience of attending Newcastle.
Yeah, but I mean,
Barcelona.
It's not now better saying than we just bought 45 tickets. I mean,
Well, it's their words. We are delighted to have been offered. Who's the only person that can offer them? The club.
why would Newcastle just wake up and say, "Man, let me
I've got
just give
no
Dundee
idea.
40."
Who?
Well,
It's
then
not
well,
what
we
you
got-
know, it's who you know.
Well, let's start talking about common sense then. You know, what would it? Why would Newcastle, unless, like you said, there's somebody that maybe owns the school? I don't know how that works over there, or is a big
Exactly.
a big personality in school that require the tickets. You know, so I just do not see Newcastle just. What's the benefit of Newcastle giving a high school 45 tickets? You know, other than somebody in the school of Dundee.
That's why it's such a big deal.
Yeah, I get that. But it could be that somebody from the school of Dundee bought the tickets, and what is wrong with buying tickets if you can afford them? Now,
Well, has he got
we don't-
45 season tickets?
No, but no, buy the tickets in itself. You know, buy tickets.
How is he able to buy them?
First
When
of all, there's
100,000 members can't.
I get that. I get that anger. I get that anger. You don't have that anger because you can just get into the game. So stop faking the anger over here. You know, Stan, stop yelling at me. Number two.
I'm not faking any anger. I think it's a disgrace.
There's got to be. Are they going to get tickets in the stadium? Where are they going to be sitting at? That is the question that we need to be asking as well. Because what if they're getting all, I don't know, a box and they're all a few boxes, 3 boxes, and 45 people fit in all of them? I don't know.
Well,
we don't know those details.
The total cost of the trip, this is the Dundee letter again, the total cost of the trip will be £295, which includes a match day ticket, transport from the high school to Newcastle and back, evening meal, breakfast, and overnight accommodation. So they're getting all that for £295. So if they are getting hospitality tickets, how are they not paying full price hospitality tickets that everybody else has got to pay? Because you couldn't do that for £295.
Well, actually, I've seen hospitalities for 200 and something.
Yeah, but this is including a night's hotel, evening meal, bed and breakfast, and the journey to and from Dundee.
Yeah, but that is nothing to do with Newcastle, though. Nothing to do with Newcastle.
What are
United.
you talking about, for God's sake?
Hotel, car, and all of that has nothing to do with Newcastle United.
What I'm saying, you can't pay whatever you're paying. You know, you're saying you can get hospitality for 120, which you can, right? So take 120 off that, leaves 175.
Yeah. That's right. But that you can't go on that price right there because that is the total entire trip, not just the tickets. You act as if that price right there is about Newcastle United. No, it isn't. Now,
there's probably 30,000 Newcastle fans who would gladly pay 295 quid for a ticket.
But that's not what it's saying, though, man. That's not what it's saying. Maybe they are covering the rest of the cost. The school is. We don't know how they're doing this deal. Now, you can say your argument is valid if you say, why are they getting the tickets? We don't know how they're getting the tickets. Now, if you see a little school kid...
That's what we need. That's what we want to know. How have they got the tickets? That's the whole question. How have the high school at Dundee got 45 tickets for Barcelona? And the club needs to come out and tell us how and why.
Well, I don't think they have
that's
to tell
the whole
why.
nub of the matter.
Well, here's my point, man. I like to think critically and not get my emotions in things, right? We have to understand one thing. And it's unfortunate, but we have to understand. And hopefully when we get a bigger stadium, there's more. But you'll never have enough room because you'll need a 3 million seat stadium for all Newcastle United fans to be happy. But it is a private entity. I just hope that people understand and realize, because people say, do your research. You guys need to do your research. This is a private company. They do what they want. You are a client by having a season ticket. If they wake up and say, you know what, we need to have less season tickets.
That's fine.
They'll take your ticket away. They will take your ticket. Listen, they'll take your ticket away and you'll be upset. You'll come on here, have a meltdown. But at the end of the day, there's nothing you can do. It's their decision. It's just like any store that can tell you, sir, you need to leave.
And with
I want you to leave.
With that attitude, how long will it last?
No, they will last a long time because we're Newcastle United fans, and no matter what. But this is the thing. It's not right, but it's what they can do. It's not right, but it's what they can do. So, and it has nothing to do with being American. I wish I had an English accent so people could stop saying that. That's stupid.
Do you agree or disagree that the club should be, despite them being a private entity able to do what they want, they should be, in the light of the revelation that this has happened, they should be coming out and making a statement explaining why 100,000 plus members who are paying £37 a year to get into that ballot, that's £3.7 million a year that the club are taking. The club should be explaining to them how it is that high school at Dundee can stroll up and get 45 tickets.
I don't. I don't think that the club needs to come out and explain that simply because the club can say, before we have 30,000 seats available to sell, now we have 25, whatever. It's a 5,000 difference. I don't think it's obviously, or 45 less in the ballot. You know, it's really simple, man. I get it, but people will never be happy when we get an 80,000 stadium next week. People are still going to be complaining about the ballot. So when does this end? You know, when does this end? I was actually private message.
Giving 45 tickets to private schools 200 mile away.
But we don't know if they were given to them. You're assuming that they were given to them, but we don't know that.
Their words, their letter. We are delighted to have been offered an incredible experience.
There could be an offer to buy the tickets.
Well, I'm assuming it is an offer to buy the tickets.
Yeah, not just giving away. And where are the tickets?
So they're buying them, but why are they allowed to buy them when 100,000 members paying £37 a year are not allowed to buy them?
But here's the thing. We have to know where the tickets are at as well. I'm assuming they're not going to be where season ticket holders sit, but where are they? If they're going to be in the box,
where they are.
but they are, because if they are in the box somewhere, the people that own the boxes are going to have to complain, not you.
If they are in a box, that's fine.
Okay, then we don't know. We don't know. I guess we have to wait and keep an eye. If people are going to St. James's Park,
it's got to be multiple boxes, because there's no boxes got 45 people in them.
Right, but we are talking about a high school, as you say, that you have to pay £20,000 to get into. So I'm assuming they have a couple of quid. And if they only had to pay $295, I don't take that as in that is what costs to be in it. It might just be a fee that the parents have to pay for the whole trip.
It is for the whole trip. I've just said that.
I know it is for the whole trip, but it doesn't. It's not just for Newcastle United. The Newcastle United game.
There's only a little portion of that. £295.
Somebody else is paying for the rest of it. Who is? It's irrelevant. The school might be paying for the rest. Again, I get your point and some people's frustration about the ballot. The ballot is. I don't even know if the ballot is not fit for purpose, because it is impossible to have a ballot that will keep Newcastle United fans happy. Impossible. Now, you can argue and say there's a few that always complain on social media about, I've been in a ballot for, 20 times and never got a ticket. Well, that looks kind of dodgy. I agree with that.
Yeah, and that's that's on social media. Out of all the people I know personally who regularly enter the ballot, including our very own Gaz, including our very own Amrit, they all get tickets. Not often, but obviously the law of averages says you're not going to often get tickets.
Okay, so there's no issue.
They all get tickets.
So you're saying there's no issue there?
Well, there's an issue in that the stadium's not big enough, certainly, but there's definitely an issue in giving 45 tickets away to a private school in Dundee, as far as I'm concerned.
45 tickets, man. 45 tickets out of 50,000+.
Tell the 45 people who didn't get tickets, who were waiting in a queue for 3 hours.
But you just said there's no issue. You just said that eventually they will get tickets, just like anybody else. You won't get tickets all the time, but you said just now that they will get tickets eventually. So if according to you, there's no issue.
They are paying £37 a year. They should be entitled to tickets before 45 posh kids from Dundee get them. That's what I'm saying.
In a year. You're not entitled to get every ticket, man. Again,
I'm not. Of course, you're not entitled to get every ticket.
There is a thing, man. This is one thing about Newcastle fans that I've gathered from locally. It's always about people against us, and man, relax a little bit, man. Have a fucking sausage roll, smoke a tab, man. If your electric, whatever it is. Relax.
Oh, I haven't got an electric whatever.
Relax.
No. That's like watching your feet with your
You know
socks
what?
on,
Because if 55,000 is not enough. You get an 80,000 stadium, it's also not going to be enough.
80,000's too big for me.
No, it isn't. Because you will have the same people all the
I
time
don't-
complaining that they can't get a ticket.
I don't want empty seats.
Oh, that's fine. But you will still get the same issue. And even if that issue is taken away when you build a new stadium. Right now we don't have a new stadium. So why make a mountain out of molehill? These kids, you can argue.
So here's the thing then. Here's the thing. Let's assume we've got an 80,000 stadium, and as I believe if we had an 80,000 stadium, we would have at least 45 empty seats. So by all means then, give those 45 seats that nobody else wants to a school in Dundee or wherever the hell else you want to give them to.
We don't know.
But
We don't know.
as long as you've got people paying 100,000 plus people paying £37 a year for to have
like
a
that.
chance of getting a ticket, they shouldn't be giving 45 tickets away.
If you care so much, then why don't you give your season ticket away? To not away.
Why should I give my season ticket away?
And why should the club not do what they want with their tickets? Why should you, for example, in the season? Why should you? Why should you in a season long? You can give your tickets away how many times? 9 or 10 times?
It's 9, I think.
9, yeah.
You can transfer it.
You're entitled to transfer your ticket 9 times. You can do whatever you want with that ticket for 9 times out of the year. Why?
That's right.
It's because your season ticket you're paying for.
But except I can only transfer it to a member who's paying his £37 a year to the club.
That's not true. I've had a season ticket holder transfer the ticket to me.
Well, you're
I'm
a
not
member.
a member.
Yes,
I'm
you're
not a member.
member.
I'm not a paying member.
You are a paying member, so is Betsy, because I did the thing for you when you joined.
I'm not a paying member. I don't pay a dime to Newcastle United. You're wrong in that. I'm a member as in sign up and I have my number, my ID number, but I don't pay a month. You can transfer. You don't have to be a member to transfer tickets, man. You're not telling me what's coming out of my bank account. I know.
Well,
I don't
put it
pay
this
Newcastle
way.
United.
Here's the thing. Chris is working on. My son's working on Saturday, so he can't go to the match. So I tried to transfer his ticket, or he tried to transfer his ticket to Amrit, and he was told he couldn't because Amrit was already in too many friends and family groups.
Well,
So
yeah,
you
that's a different story.
Because apparently you're only allowed to be in 5, I think. So he had to ring Cash and tell him to delete him from his family and friends in order for him to get tickets. So me and Amrit are going together on Saturday.
You get the same discussion about season ticket holders, and there's those same. A lot of fans that always complain about tickets.
This is you speaking on behalf of a lot of fans again, is it?
No. See, I get to read stuff. I don't just go in and drink and come back home and eat spaghetti.
And you believe what
come
you
back.
read.
I actually, well, of course, I listen to fans expressing themselves.
Everybody who posts on social media,
not everybody,
posts nothing but the truth.
No, not at all. But I'm saying I gather what most people are saying and go from there. So use critical thinking, man. Use critical thinking. It's not hard.
Most people.
And so a lot of these fans, a lot of these fans that complain about
a lot of these fans
that complain about these tickets also complain about season ticket holders and how the club does everything for them and not the rest of the proper fans. You see how that proper it gets thrown around by different. It gets thrown around by season ticket holders. It gets thrown around by non-season ticket. It gets thrown around by everybody.
So you don't think there should be any preference given at all or priority treatment given at all to fans who've paid their hard-earned into the club through thin and thinner and thin and thinner for years and years and years. In my case, since the stand was built. Since day one that the stand was built, I've been in that stand.
That's your choice.
I shouldn't be entitled to more than some Johnny-come-lately that comes along now.
No, not at all. No, you shouldn't be.
Well, I disagree with you. There you go.
Because your season ticket your season ticket is for that season. So
Correct.
if you renew next season, it's going to be for that next season. and the following season, and the following season.
Right.
You renew your season ticket now has nothing to do with 20 years ago. So you get your benefits for this season. You don't get to say, well, I've been a season ticket for 30 years. That means I need to just do whatever I want. No, it don't work like that.
You want to chuck. You just want to stop supporting football now, bunny lad.
No, not at all. Not at all. You're a season ticket holder. You pay your season ticket. You're wonderful. You get to go to every home game. All of that, perfect. What else do you want?
Well, that's all.
Okay, then. So what are you talking about? Special treatment or what?
You're the one that's talking about people. All these people complain about season ticket holders.
But there are.
Special
So
treatment.
you've never heard any complaints about season ticket holders?
Huh?
Okay, well then you're living in cloud cuckoo, man. Like the.
Well, you show me some evidence.
You just got to read, man. You just got to read.
Now, anybody with half a brain knows for a fact that a season ticket holder will be able to get a ticket when a non-season ticket holder won't. That's the whole objective of having a season ticket. If you're talking about the right to have a season ticket, then what I say is, how do you determine who's entitled to have a season ticket? And surely you've got to say people who've been loyal to the club for the longest.
Nah, I don't think so. What are you going to do with the young fan that just coming up and wants a season ticket? What are you going to do with him?
Well, that's
Shut
why
him out.
they've got
Hope until the old twats die.
Because the way that's worked now is you've got your family and friends. So your young season ticket young fans can go into the family enclosure, and when they come of age. So they're no longer entitled to be in the family enclosure. I don't know anybody at all. Anybody in the chat tell me any kid who's become 18 in the family enclosure who hasn't then received a full season ticket somewhere else. Anybody in the come and tell me that, because I don't know of one. Because believe it or not, people die. And as people die, and when they're reallocating those tickets from deceased members, God bless them, anybody in the family enclosure who's come of age, who's no longer entitled to be, they get one of those tickets.
Yeah. One thing you're going to have to get used to is, though, the club is going to have to cater to international.
Thank you very much, Martin.
Thank you, Martin. Sadly, no club cares about your loyalties, about pounds now, as we were told. We're Disneyland from our CFO, and players are Mickey Mouse. Global fans will pay far more than you will. Oh, we do pay far more than you will. That's no doubt about it. International fans pay far more. That doesn't mean that we're better fans or that you are better fans for being a season ticket holder. It's harder. And costs a lot more money to follow Newcastle United from abroad. That is a proven fact. There's no denying that. Whatsoever. My trip alone to Newcastle cost more than triple your season ticket. So, and I get to see him twice. So that, but that doesn't mean that now all of a sudden I need to be put in the limelight and in the old folks thrown in the trash. It makes no, absolutely not. But let me tell you something that people in Newcastle, local fans, need to. You need to let go. You need to let go. The club, if it wants to be a bigger club, will have to cater to international fans. That's where the money's at. We'll have to do that. If you want to become a better brand, a bigger brand, it has to be. They have to bring in and cater to international fans, and not just local fans. That is, if you want to be a big club, it's plain and simple. Plain and simple. How do you think Liverpool stay alive?
The amount of revenue generated from international fans going to, let's take the biggest brand in Britain, Man United. The revenue generated for the club from international fans. Okay, they're going to spend a bit in the club shop, but they can do that online anyway. International fans, the revenue largely comes from TV revenue. Not the odd one or two that actually make the trip.
Odd one or two. Again, that shows your ignorance, man. You're really ignorant when that says the odd one or two. Also, they get TV deals from They also get TV deals from international fans. By the way,
that's what I'm saying. That's where the money
to show
is.
the games. So if you don't think that, for example, Man City grew because of their international fans, there's something wrong with you, brother. You need to take a close look. If you think that Newcastle United is going to grow just because of Newcastle upon time, there is an issue.
Let's stay Man City because Martin's in the chat there. How many international fans out of what's it, the capacity? Eddie had 60,000 or something. Out of 60,000 fans at the last home game, how many international fans was there? How many people had flown from abroad?
First of all,
to visit that.
You're talking about a trip. You're talking about a trip that people will make, but you're not talking about the more people that know your brand and love your brand, the more people will buy. The more people shirts you're gonna sell. The more memberships you're gonna get. The more memberships. The more everything. The more shirts you're gonna sell. The more pens you're gonna sell. The more keychains you're gonna sell. The more shoes you're gonna sell. The more you're gonna sell. The bigger the global brand that you are.
Correct.
Manchester United would be gone if it wasn't for the international fans.
Correct.
Exactly. So
and
that means
all the people that are buying all of the merch, the millions of people that are buying all the merch, how many actually make the trip to the stadium? And Martin's saying thousands. Well, you know, you're saying thousands. I don't necessarily believe that, Martin, by the way. But what, 1,000, 2,000?
Yeah,
Impossible.
I mean, heavy metal foot is right on the. You know, he's narrow-minded. I agree with that. But a lot of fans are like that. You know, a lot of fans are like that. Local fans, and there's nothing against them. But they have to learn that if they want their club to grow, they have to let go. One of the things I want to mention about this,
if you want the club to grow, I've told you, you've got to do one thing. You've got to have success on the pitch. Simple.
Yeah, okay. So, one thing, for example, right? In this, we need to change our narrative as well. When we argue as well, you know, because there is a Liverpool fan, for example, that went on Sky, and his accent is not a Scouser. So Newcastle fans get onto him and say, "Well, you don't even sound like a Scouser. Like you're a plastic fan because you're not from Liverpool." That's your Newcastle fans. I'm looking at you because we need to police each other. That's your argument. Talk about football, man. No, I'm not talking to you, man. Newcastle fan, talk about football. Talk about how easy.
You keep on
win.
Your,
this is not this. Win.
Win.
I'm gonna mute you for a second because I'm not speaking to you right now. I'm not speaking to you. I'm speaking to the camera and fans. So, in this particular post that this Liverpool fan, when he appeared on Sky, his comments were all about you're a plastic fan. You're not even from Liverpool. Blah blah blah. The typical things that you hear. Stop that. Talk about football. Talk about why his take is rubbish. Talk about why Isak is a rat if you want to. Do that. But don't stop with the low blows about you're not for Liverpool. I shouldn't speak to you. You're a plastic Liverpool fan. You're not even a Scouser, blah, blah, blah. Stop that nonsense, man. Stop that nonsense. Argue the point. Argue football. Plain and simple. What people sound like, where people from, if they're not local, that doesn't matter. They still support your club. And think about it. If you have somebody from, like we had Dom from Malaysia supporting Newcastle United. Malaysia. The amount of, they're at the pub at 3 a.m. I mean, come on, man. Just think about it. But we have to let go. Let go of this is it, Newcastle. And just let go a little bit. It's not all about, maintaining that local. Newcastle will never, unlike Man City, I'm sorry, Martin, Newcastle will never lose its identity. Never. Because one thing that Newcastle is known for is the fans, is the atmosphere. And the more international fans know that, the more they contribute to that. You can see Josh getting crazy when he goes to the stadium. They contribute to that. You will never lose that. So don't be scared of that. Don't go for the low blow.
Who are you preaching
Talk
to?
football.
Who do you think you're preaching to?
I'm preaching to the vast majority. I get constant abuse for being American. You're not going to speak on my behalf.
No,
on what I suffer. You're not going to speak on my behalf because you were just from Newcastle.
Being American, but only because when you talk shite.
No, not at all. A lot of people agree. And a lot of people,
A lot of people,
and,
a lot of
and
people,
by the
a
way,
lot of
this
people.
is not just being international. By the way, this is fans in England have to deal with this from fans from Newcastle. If you're from London, if you're from anywhere else in the country, sometimes you get abused online, obviously, because face to face they couldn't be bothered because they know they get knocked the hell out. But online they do that, and you just got to stop that nonsense, man. Stop that nonsense. And the club will be bigger. Newcastle United has every ingredient to be one of the biggest clubs in Europe, in the world. But we can't be, mistreating each other as fans. And you do so for, I've seen Man City actually.
And what that's got to do with Dundee United getting 45 tickets, I've got no idea. Which is
no,
where this all
but
started off.
we've gone off the conversation, obviously. But it's all about tickets. It's all about being a member, as you say, and you don't get when you're a member, you get an opportunity. They tell you, they advertise, you get an opportunity. They get an opportunity to be in the ballot, to win to get a ticket to go to the game. It's not guaranteed, and the club determines how many people are how many seats are available in that ballot. But quite honestly, if you talk about numbers, how many tickets would you say are available for the ballot?
On average, about 6,000, I think it is.
6,000.
Yeah.
And people complain that it's only 6,000 out of 54,000. So what is the issue? What is the out of 54,000? You take the 4,000 out
because it's 52,000, but the away in any big game, the away allocation will be sold, so that straight away takes another 5,000.
Okay. Away fans but just think about that. Away fans get the same amount of tickets as Newcastle fans get. Where's the rest of the tickets at, Mighty Win? Where is the rest of the tickets? Where is the rest of the tickets? Yeah, man. Let's go. I'm telling you, it keeps going around and around to the same subject about ticket availability. I'm just saying, there are season tickets here in America, by the way. Not the same as you would say maybe other clubs, maybe like football teams. They're more fans might buy those season tickets, but there are season tickets here. But the vast majority just buy their tickets on the go. And you tell me why every stadium gets sold out. Tell me why St. Louis City is a club that was invented 3 years ago, I think, and it gets sold out every night, and it doesn't have season ticket holders, or the vast majority don't. And it gets sold out every weekend. And it's a small stadium.
Well, that's
a small stadium.
I've heard about. I've heard MLS crowds apart from in.
Well, I'm telling you about St. Louis City, and I'm sure some don't. Some clubs are bigger than others, but this club is not even not older than my firstborn.
Sold out.
So I'm saying,
how big's the
tickets
crowd? I don't know.
It's probably 30,000 or so. But here's the thing. Bigger clubs like football teams, they get sold out, and I have never had an issue. The St. Louis Cardinals
sell out.
Yeah, I've never had an issue about any sport in the world. I've never had an issue with getting a ticket not in the world, in America. So why and nobody complains about tickets because it's free for all. If you miss on a ticket, if there's no tickets available, then well, screw it. I came in too late. That's my fault. Next time I'll be quicker. Next time I'll get right on it. But you don't get this whole these members, these season tickets like you get it in the UK, and you tell me why. And I don't want to hear this nonsense about there's no fans in America. That's why. No, there isn't. So maybe the problem lies somewhere else, man. Maybe the problem lies somewhere else. That's why your atmosphere is shite, says PDK in the U.S. and the same for Man City. Facts. No, it isn't facts, though. That's the problem. That's the narrative that you want to put out. That's the narrative that some fans want to say about America. There's no atmosphere. No, it's not. That's BS, man. Go to a college game and talk about atmosphere.
When you use this omnipotent knowledge that some fans are wrong, but the constant narrative.
But they are wrong.
but a lot of fans, but the majority of fans, and they are always right.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about.
You telling me about atmosphere in the U.S.? It's wrong that there's no atmosphere in the U.S. It's absolutely wrong.
Well, I agree.
Go to any college game, which is a university game, and talk about atmosphere. It will blow your mind. Like never seen. Just YouTube it, man. Just YouTube it. So yeah, I'm just saying. You keep complaining about 5,000 tickets, right? That we're giving away that are giving away in the ballot. 45 of those 5,000 tickets. 45, and that's what we should burn the school down because 45 tickets were given away. Not even given away. They were sold to them. Listen, man, we don't
know how they were acquired.
But yeah, but
all we know is that the High School of Dundee is delighted to have been offered an incredible experience.
Well, let me tell you this.
So we don't know whether they've been bought, sold, given away. We haven't got a clue. Let the club make a statement and put us in the light instead of being in the dark.
I don't think that Newcastle United woke up and says, I want to have the School of Dundee here because it'll be great for my advertising. I think that there's somebody within the school that knows, that's a pretty high-ranked guy or knows somebody within the club, may know this new guy, Hopkinson, I don't know, and got 45 tickets. 45 out of 5,000, man, for 1 week, for one game, actually. Is it really that much of a big deal?
Well,
when people will complain about the member ballots anyway. People were complaining about the member ballots before this one.
And I'd be even more angry if I was one of the ballot members who hadn't been successful.
I bet you were. A lot of people are mad at season ticket holders, though. So what do you say about that?
Well, you see, there you go again. A lot of people.
But they are.
Where
can't say. Hold on. You can't say there are a lot of people mad about the ballot, but there aren't people mad about season ticket holders. You can't say that.
Why not? They're two separate things.
These people that I'm speaking of, right, from what I read, are mad about the members.
Where have you read it? Show
ballots.
me all these.
All over the place. All over the place.
Yeah, all over.
But again, you
keep specific.
You keep mentioning that because you don't want to argue the bigger point. That's the problem.
Listen, I think the majority of fans of Newcastle United have got no issue at all with season ticket holders. The only issue that they have is they can't become a season ticket holder themselves because of the capacity of the stadium currently.
100%.
That doesn't mean they're mad with the existing season ticket holders at all. And it also means that because they can't get a season ticket, the only way they can get tickets is by becoming a member and entering the ballot. And if they suddenly find that 45 of the tickets that could have been included in that ballot are going to a posh school in Dundee, they've got every right to be annoyed. That's what I'm saying. And that's what lots and lots of Newcastle fans are saying. The majority of Newcastle fans are saying.
By the way, Hales are St. Louis is in Missouri, man. Not in Illinois. Close to Illinois, though. But, no. You can't question my source of how I know people because obviously I read people on social media all the time. I can't meet them. So if that's your argument, then you win every argument. But then you drink with the same twats every day. So there's only 3, 2. Amrit, the older twat, and the other twat. So it's the same. It's the same damn thing. You only talk to 3 people during the day, and you hear Amrit complain about every ballot. So yeah, if I want to take your word for it, no, I rather doing my own research because every time I read is people were complaining about this about the Barcelona Newcastle game before this whole thing came out about the School of Dundee. So
I'll tell you what I'm complaining about, right? On the subject of Champions League, and we're playing Union Saint-Gilloise in Brussels on the 1st of October, and the tickets are still not out for sale yet. How are you supposed to make travel arrangements if you don't know if you've got a ticket on them?
What?
A joke.
Yeah. Oh, welcome to the international fan world, buddy. Welcome to it. That's what we have to deal with every time. every time we even want to think of going to Newcastle. And by the way,
Yeah, well, you've got.
I'm not gonna lie.
You've got a new international fans liaison officer now. They are going to ensure that international fans get a.
They've been taking their time.
Which I have no issue with, by the way.
They've been taking their time because they have now sorted that out. I know. I'm ITK on that source, and I've been messaged and I've been told that you can get a ticket. You just put in a ballot. It's like a ballot for international fans.
No. But first of all, you've got to join your local.
You got to be
affiliate, and they have to be properly affiliated with the club. They've got to show that they've got a proper.
I wasn't told that, by the way. But anyway, but yeah, I from a source told me that you need to be a member though. You need to be a member, and then you can be given into international tickets so you can go and plan your trip. However, you don't think fans are going to be upset about that? Come on, man. Kevin Bell, you, Helsuzar, all the twats in there. Well, now Helsuzar, he gets to stay whenever he wants because he's a season ticket holder. So there you go. But all people be complaining about, oh, my God, these bellends, these plastic fans, Americans taking over, not my club, Newcastle United. You don't sound like a proper Geordie. Blah, blah, blah. All of that BS. And the club will be this small if you continue with that mindset. Let it go, man. Let it go. Grow the club worldwide.
Let it go.
Let it go. The club's still the same.
Can't listen to this rubbish anymore.
Well, of course you won't, because you don't want to be told what the truth is, what the facts are, man.
No, what the Rodriguez truth is.
It's the truth, man. Plain and simple. All right. Anyway. We've gone on a little bit too long, and regardless, it is a good subject of discussion to have indeed about the tickets and all of that, all that we talked about. It is what it is. It's a tough situation because fans will never be happy. That's the problem, though. When you want to make people happy, they won't be.
You can't please all the people all the time.
So maybe we need to chuck some of the season tickets away and allocate for more people. How about that? That sounds a lot better. That's balance things out, man. Balance things out. How many season tickets? How many season ticket holders are there?
Well,
how many season tickets are there?
There's a way to do it. 37,000 or something.
Cheers, Jason Brown. Appreciate it, man. People out there, they just agree with the American mag, man. It is what it is. Nothing new there. Nothing new there. So yeah, it is what it is. We got 35 season ticket holders, 1,000, 40,000. Yeah, maybe let's take 5,000 out of that one and allocate more tickets. How about that? That's my solution. Balance things out, ladies and gents. Anyways, folks, thank you very much indeed for joining us. We'll be back live again tonight. Should be Gary and the lads at 9 p.m. So thank you very much. A lot of your lovely comments are coming through. Anyways, folks, cheers very much. Listen, big things coming, so stay tuned. As we're working on new things. But anyway, thank you. We'll see you all on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe to NUFC Talk TV. Mighty win.
Away the lads.
Mighty win. You need to go sleep, man. You need to go sleep. Let it go, Mighty win. Let it go, man. Let it go. See you later, folks. Take care.